Hey guys, what's up? It's Chris. I am back with more modern Jeskai Stoneforge attempts. However, this one is drastically different from the first one. We're playing a much lower curve, and we're playing a lot more cantrips to try and exploit Dreadhorde Arcanist. So it's basically an attempt at porting like the blue-red legacy deck into modern, basically. We've got 4 Dreadhorde Arcanists, 4 Snaps, 4 Stoneforge, and 1 Cleek as threats, as well as a Batterskull, I guess, as a threat. And then we've got a load of Burn, 1 of Braid, 4 Paths for removal, 4 Serum, 4 Opt. For cantripping, 2 Spell Snares, 3 Forces, and that is it. So it's super low curve, super kind of proactive. And then only 20 lands because our curve stops at 3. Including 2 Fiery Islets and 0 Colonnades and 0 Field of Ruins. So it's a completely different mana base. It'd be interesting to see how it goes. And then I've tried to play to the Arcanist a bit in the sideboard. So we've got 2 Surgicals which pair well with the Arcanist. Molten Rain only pairs well with it if it's wearing a sword. But if it is, obviously that's sweet. Yeah, the sideboard is a little more... I've gone for like flexibility and utility over power, so instead of like rest in peace I've gone for surgical and stuff, so we'll see if that works. Yeah, let's jump into a league and see if it's remotely effective. I'm sort of quietly optimistic about this one. For those who haven't seen it, I've made another Jeskai Stoneforge Mystic video that was extremely different to this. A lot more, I'm trying to think how to describe it, but a lot more mid-rangey and controlling. And looks lovely. And then I've made a Naya deck which was ultra mid-rangey, but I was really happy with. Let's see what opponent's up to. I imagine this is probably going to be a discard spell. Nope. Just getting their F6 value, as they say. Well, we're just going to stick this. We appear to be against Jund, although it's too early to say. It could just be like Ponza, although you wouldn't normally keep a Ponza 7 without a 1-drop. I'll get a Batterskull. I hate exposing the Stoneforge to removal and getting the Batterskull stuck in your hand because it costs so much, but the upside of untapping with it is crazy. Hopefully they just go Tarmogoyf or Renin 6 or some stupid bad card like that and we win. I'll probably take my Snap here. It's best card. One sec. They do indeed. That was the downside. We're now creatureless. That's very lucky. So we're just going to hold up Spell Snare and Bolt and Path. See what they do. Turd. It's annoying them knowing about the Snap. It does mean if they were using that to clear way for a 2-drop or something that they can't anymore. They've just decided they're going to run something into the Snare because otherwise it's not going anywhere, which I think is valid. Maybe this is... I have to say I'm not used to seeing life from the lane. That was probably incorrect as well. I was just like, oh, I'll counter anything. Which is not the correct attitude, Chris. Okay, hopefully we get to untap. So there's some kind of ultra dirtly Jund loam thing. I imagine playing Wrenn and 6s in some way to get value from their lands. Maybe like a Seismic Assault effect or Living Twist, I don't know. If they play Living Twister, I'll be shocked. But let's not rule it out. Whatever it is, it's not quite typical. It's not something I think I've seen before. I think they're making a decision about whether to dredge loam or to draw. I'm wondering what good stuff they've got to dredge, whether they play any Creeping Chills or stuff with flashback, or doesn't seem likely. This basic mountain is a real pain in the ass. It means we can't Stoneforge and Path on one turn. So they do dredge, they hit a Ghost Quarter, which I imagine is a good hit for them, and a second loam. Okay. I assume this is going to be a creature. It could just be like Abrupt Decay or Stoneforge or something like that. I should be keeping tracks, but they've got one Verdant and a Ghost Quarter in hand that we know about. We're quite close to just casting Batterskull, which might be good. I'm going to just pass the turn, and honestly, like, the way they've been sort of chipping away at their own life total, something like Bolt Snap Bolt on the end step might just be threatening enough. Like, if they take 3 here, which they seem to be prepared to do, yeah, this is what I'm saying. Okay. So they're kind of what we thought they were. There's some kind of loamy thing. Yes. Then, well, I have to let that happen. They're obviously going to throw a land at this. No surprises there. I guess I just run this out. I do not know if that was a correct use of my snap. It was probably an awful one. Makes sense, I guess. So they presumably have 7 lands in hand and I'm at 14, so I feel as though I'm basically dead on board. I guess there's a chance they have a spell, of course, but I'm wondering. I don't know how easy this is for us to interact with in game one. Like, obviously, Force of Negation is amazing because we can exile alone, and we didn't hit any of those, and that's probably our best route into this game. Obviously, post board we get like Wear Tear for that, and Purge, which are obviously appealing. Well, that's something. If they fetch, seems like they're not going to fetch. I think if I'm in their seat, I'd just build up to like safety net, like 9 or 10 lands in hand, and then just kill me with backup. And from my point of view, I'd probably have to respond to like the lethal one with a Helix. My only hope is that they fetch, basically. If they, for some reason, fetch. They don't need it. They've got 6 mana. Their mana's great. Presumably they're doing that so they don't have to discard in their end step. Or clean up step, I should say. Maybe they're just going for the kill. Nope, they're being sensible. Doing it on my upkeep, which is definitely the smart play. Well, so I'll Helix them now. And then they can do their thing, and we'll see if I'm dead. I haven't been paying attention to their hand, which is really loose. I should be, because it's not quite like the revealed card zone where MTGO tracks it for you. I'm being lazy. I should have a little bit of paper really or something, but that seems like an awful lot of effort for a Saturday morning. Yeah, I kind of felt like we weren't in that one, but we have stuff. We have Ashioks, we have Surgicals, we have Wear Tear, Purge, Sword good. I mean, it's relevant protection, it's probably better than this one. I think that's it for what we do want. In terms of what we don't want, parts haven't looked great. We've seen some blood braids, but they die to bolts. I guess Spell Snare is acceptable. Cut some creatures, but leave the Arcanists because they're 3 toughness. I would like to play first. I'd say this is as good as we can ask for. I guess they've built their deck to hate on mid-range decks because it feels like it's really good against this. One more land is perfect. Snapcast is great. Put that on the bottom. These are looking good. I don't really want to pitch Ashiok to Force. That's the only weakness of using the Serum Visions there. But the good news is so good with having it in the graveyard when you've got an Arcanist. Target player discards a card. That thing having retrace, that might have actually been worth, you know, thingying, forcing. I don't know. I'm saving the force really for the first loam. Let's see if what this is. It could be a creature, could be a loam. I suspect a loam. Trophy. Well, I've made my choice. I'm going to mill myself and exile their graveyard to see if I hit anything better than a Serum Visions. I do not. The reason I was happy to 2-for-1 myself there was basically that I get to undo it by this here. This seems good. Okay. Hopefully we get to untap with the Arcanist. Be interesting to see if they have a trophy, which of these two they consider a bigger problem. Okay, they didn't like that. That went well. Plan seems to be good. That was literally the plan working. Don't want a braid. Let's go with that. I don't know why I had the braid in the previous game. Well, I do know why. It's because I didn't think about it. But I don't know why I didn't think about it, and then suddenly I did. Ugh. Yeah, playing Legacy and Modern feels good. Cantrips, Dreadhorde Arcanists, Forces. And now I don't have to pay for Volcanic Islands. That is perfect. Steam Vents will do. What are you doing, opponent? I'll tell you what, I reckon on the draw we need a good hand. We need a force to hit the bloody loam. Let's see what they've got. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. Looking forward to the weekend. This hand is very angry. It does one thing, but it does it really well. I can't interact with them, but these are 3 toughness. They might not have, like... If they go Inquisition 1, Trophy the other, I'm screwed, aren't I? It's a gamble. But it's a lot of damage. 12, like, it's, yeah. I'll try it. It's like almost a turn 4 kill, I think. If that's the Thoughtseize, it might actually be a turn 4 kill. Okay. Stop me on my upkeep. I don't think there's anything going on. Like, you can't surgical. There's nothing to surgical. Ah, snappy boy. That's a helpful chap. Yeah, with the way my hand is all red, I think this will actually fetch a Steam Vents, so I'm alright with leading on that. I'm pretty comfortable with getting Inquisitioned or Thoughtseized or whatever as well. Yeah, we're gonna bolt them now, get aggressive. It's not what you would do with regular Jeskai, but this isn't regular Jeskai. This is like Sparta, Jeskai. Can I have priority, please, game? Hope the answer is yes. Now I've shocked myself. I'd be pissed off if I don't somehow get a window to cast a thing. What? I don't know what's going on with the opponent. Ugh. Come on. Sorry, watching me get impatient isn't very good content. But, you know, best I can do. Vulture. My hope is that one of the Arcanists will get, like, I don't know, trophied or something. If they just get pushed, that's disappointing because they've got a really efficient trade, especially with their 1 black mana up. Like, it almost looks like they've got a push, which makes me reluctant to do this, but I'm still doing it. If they spend their next turn on trophying this instead, then I'm really happy. But if this gets pushed now and they untap and, you know, progress their game plan in some meaningful way, then I'm bummed out. That's some more, like, top level... What's the word I'm looking for? More top level strategy and content. I'll be bummed out if my thing dies. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they've got it. Oh, it's a bolt. Okay, same difference. Disappointing. Our hand is still decent. Next turn we can play an Arcanist and a Bolt. The Eyelet represents another draw. I wonder if this is going to be getting a red source and cast. No, it's not. Maybe Liliana. Yeah, I can handle that. That's fine. My plan has changed somewhat since the start of the game, I have to say. Oh, they pitched a Raven's Crime. That's very cunning. Okay. Depends what their last card in hand is. This could go well or poorly. If their last card is a land, then obviously this looks bad. But it's not actually the end of the world because, you know, Dreadhorde Arcanist is good. Hopefully we get to untap and attack the Lily, but I suspect they might have a land in hand. These decks play like 28 lands or something. So Lily is maimed but not dead. Let's now get her dead. And opponent's got nothing, but a Life from the Loam off the top is like devastating. Our best draw is probably Ashiok. That ain't bad. Land would be nice. I'd love a land. Opt is fine. Oops. What's going on here? Oh, totally inept. Can't look. Can't do colours. It seems. Oh, I've got to decide what to discard now. Hopefully, we'll get some information. They'll probably use their spell before they. Okay. So I'll discard this. Because I get to cast it next turn anyway if I want. I still have to kill that, I think. Yeah, I'm going to cast Opt. It's a short-term answer to Loam, which is their best draw. I think it's better than a random card, not by a lot. Okay, you'll go. It's annoying that this doesn't work with Helix, I have to say. It might be worth... I'm trying to think if there's a... Like, is Shock the most versatile of a 1-mana burn spell? If it is, that's a bit sad, but... Oh, yeah. Great decision, Chris. You're so smart. You are so smart. Ooh, that's not bad. I'm wondering now whether I surgical something Raven's Crime, just so I can see what's left in their library. Let's get this bigger. Like, what are they drawing to that I can take? It's confused. Like, there's 2 more Lilianas. There's 1 more Dark Confidant. 1 more Bolt. I think I'm going to leave the surgical in my graveyard. I don't think I'm going to cast it. It's just good to have it there. This game is close. Yeah, this game is close. We're kind of semi-insulated against Loam now. That's the only good thing. Spell. Serum Visions. Okay, that ain't bad. Ooh. Yeah, it's just Batterskull, isn't it? It's always Batterskull. I wonder what their last card in hand is. I missed the Raven's Crime in the graveyard. What a turd I am. Oh well, I got lucky. Well, no, I haven't got lucky, but they could have used it then, which would have really fucked me up. They seem to have missed that. Fine. Doesn't matter. Opt is lovely. Nice. That's very helpful. Yeah, that's a good draw. I mean, it's annoying that we don't have double blue. It may mean that I was incorrect to fetch the Sacred Foundry. Okay, cool, I'll take that. Cool, well, weird aggro loam. Difficult game to navigate. I'm sure I made 50 mistakes, but, like, I'm doing my best. It's hard. I'll take a win anyway. Win is good. Want to get some experience under my belt and figure out which Stoneblade deck I like the best, because there's like 50,000. Apparently Jerry T did like a podcast thing or an article with 30 different Stoneblade shells, and that doesn't surprise me. The guy makes a lot of mid-range decks. But yeah, if he's come up with 30 and he's just one person, there's probably literally 100. And interesting to see whether a Dreadhorde Arcanist proves to be good. I mean, it's not, like, in these colours, it's not as good as when you have Thoughtseize and Unearth, but I don't want to add a fourth colour, and I don't want to cut blue, so we're going to play it in Jeskai, and we're going to be happy with it, and we're going to, you know, suck it up, see if it's good. Going second against a 26-year-old chicken, which is fine. Come on, chicken. Jeez, finally. Well, this is an okay hand. The snap is dead. Stoneforge saves it. We've got functional mana. I think I'm going to keep. This double force is annoying, but having one to pitch to the other is good. Okay, this hand is fine against burn. Like, we can... Well, it's not. It might not be. Depends on what their hand is like, but force is acceptable. Stoneforge is properly excellent. So we do have a fairly painful start mana-wise. But, you know, the plan will be to cast Stoneforge and protect it with force. And then once we have a Batterskull, it should be hard to lose game one. Post side, they'll have Smash to Smithereens, and we have to be careful. But if we can untap with... Okay, this looks like Eidolon, which is a bit shit for us. Pretty good here, honestly. I guess it might not be Eidolon, but I can't think of any other thing that takes 2 mana and they play post-combat. Yeah. So this is a painful turn, because we take 4 for the privilege of casting this, and we're going to use a ton more protecting it. And by a ton, I mean at least 2. But once the Batterskull's in, they're in massive trouble. And that's good. We still could lose. We were on the draw. They've had their best 2 plays on turn 1 and 2. Oh, come on. Yes. So my hope is that they don't have 2 ways to go after it. My hope is that they go like land, Searing Blaze this, or they go like creature, bolt this, and then I can protect it and untap with it and gain some lives. One Snapcaster can go. So we are going to go to 7. This is bad. 7 is not a large amount. Hopefully they don't have a third land. They don't. This is acceptable. They can't attack, but it's very possible they just go land, Boros Charm, lightning lightning bolt you, and that's 7. You know. The good news is we're not casting any spells because you just put Batterskull into play. You don't cast it. They can't attack. Surely they can't attack. Seems rogue. Unless their plan is to like trade a creature and a spell for my token. Doesn't seem good enough. I'm going to block that Eidolon so fast. What's Chicken 93 thinking? Okay. 2 Rift Bolts. Nice. So we're going up to 11. Annoyingly, I currently have 0 way to kill that Eidolon. I'm going to go to 5. I think I just play this tapped and just accept my fate, basically, and see what happens. Be interesting to see what they target with those Rift Bolts, but I assume it's me. It usually is. The good news is they're taking a bit as well. They're going to take 4 here. So, like, oh, they're going after mid-germ. This is also fine. So I'm going to counter the second one. Take 2 for the privilege, but it might win the game. Or get another burn spell out of them on the germ. Yeah, this is fine, I think. And by fine, I mean fairly terrible, but... Got to decide if I'm chug blocking now. I think I am. How sad is this? Going to 6, going to 4 off of an opt, probably. Just give me removal, please. Okay, fine. Don't really want to do this now, but, like, how else am I winning? Basically... trying to decide how important it is to have Snap Path for this. I mean, their hand is just pure gas, isn't it? And I'm at 4, so it doesn't look great. And their matchup gets much better post-board. They probably have Skull Cracks and Searing Blazes. Okay. I think I made a good decision. Okay. Okay. We just need some removal. Lightning Helix. It's a blocker, I guess. Start with this. Go! Go. I mean, we're at 1, aren't we? The annoying thing is we're going to lose our Arcanist because they're going to attack, we're going to block, they're going to shoot. I assume. If they decide to shoot me instead, that's a huge mistake. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully that's a dead draw. Okay. If they don't now kill it with the Lavamancer, I'll be amazed. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. That isn't good enough. Is it? No, probably not. Probably has to be Lightning Helix. Get out my end step, opponent. You're being weird. See what they've got. Can't really beat 2 spells. Can't really beat 1 spell. That's one we can beat. Okay, piss. Alright, well, I don't have Timely to lean on like we used to. Like, all these cards look like they should be good, with the exception of Click. Let's try that. I suspect this will be the same as Jeskai versus Burn used to be, which is that we do well when we're on the play. Fine. It's a loosey-goosey, but it's got a Helix in it. See what opponent's got. If they've got a Goblin Guide, there's a small chance that I will let them attack to get my trigger and then path it, hopefully finding the land from their trigger. However, if that's not what happens, I will be opting. Don't be a Swift Spear, be a Goblin Guide. Yes, okay. Give me a thing. Sort of fire and ice. Okay, well, we are not happy there. Okay, good. Feel a bit better. Oh, a land we don't have to take 3 from. We only have to take 1. Quite happy to have a snap also. Snapping the helix will be lovely. Okay. Dreadful Darkness, that's a good one. Probably an Eidolon, based on typical burn play patterns. Nope, maybe it's a Boros Charm or something. I certainly did not mean to do that. Never lets you undo. Helix my Arcanist, maybe, or Boros Charm my face, or Helix my face. Those are the options. Ooh, that's the worst option. Fine. Very sad. Very sad. Okay. Well, it's not a burn spell. That's the good news. I don't think Rip is good enough against me. It stopped me snapping the Helix, but, like, I don't really care. We've got the whole use Snap as a shitty DreadBlade move. We've got Veto and 2 removal spells. We're in, like, decent shape. Problem is we need a way to win the game. Like Stoneforge Mystic or something. That's fine. That's also very fine. I'm happy with that. Going to a multiple of 9 is annoying, but just untap. Good land to draw. Gonna pass. They will either sack this or attack me, I assume. Neither. Good lord. Very patient. Okay. What have we got? Nice. Very reassuring. Almost getting to time to like run out a naked Snapcaster as an attacker. Okay, 6 is fine. 6 isn't dead. It honestly was probably wrong to play that tapped over the plains. I may have killed myself here by playing bad. Riftbolt, okay. Please don't have Searing Blaze. I don't mind this too much because it crimps them on mana, so they can't do tons at once. I assume that goes at me, with me being at 6. I have to let that happen. That's acceptable. Okay, we're in alright shape. Spell Snare was a good draw. Hits like 50% of their deck. Their deck is basically an equal split between 1s and 2s. Sack it, please. Nice. Burn. Not burn, but good. That was just weird. I don't know why I picked that. Well, it doesn't matter too much. I think the game's over before this happens. Okay. Just let's have this one Spell Snare get me there. That's all I can ask. Okay. Glad we played the Stoneforge. Classic chump blocker Stoneforge Mystic. The chicken is being strange. Don't know what's going to happen here. Okay, cool. They just wanted to check that we were attacking. Fair enough, I guess. Be weird if we didn't. See no reason to make any changes. Molten Rain. What Molten Rain would have been good. They're so they're so land-light and they sack so many of their own lands. It might have been actually good. Cut them off white, etc., etc. Race a bit. Oh, come on, it's not a hard decision. Chicken 93. You do want to go first. This is shite. The hand, that is. Life's fine. I'm just weighing up what deals me more damage in the long term out of a Flooded Strand versus a Fiery Islet. The answer is that both deal a shitload, of course. Oh no, not a critter. Oh, Rift Bolt. That's one we can keep pace with. Spell Snare. What a doozy. This hand has come together all right. The question now is, if they rest in peace, do I Spell Snare it? That's a good question, isn't it? Or do I save the Spell Snare for something to try to kill me, like every other card in their deck? They may have even cut the rips, having seen them not make any difference that game. I'll go 17, which I accept. This is fine. I always enjoy Jeskai against Burn because it's always close and like every spell matters. Get this tapped. Probably get bloody Boros Charmed in the meantime. Maybe not. Probably get Boros Charmed on end step, given that they shock themselves. If it's double bolt, I'll be pissed off because I can't use my Spell Snare. That is fine. Woof. Woof. That is a hell of a draw. I wonder if that's going to eat the spell. Stoneforge Mystic's so good because it requires attention immediately, stops them going for me. Do I use Bolt to save myself 3? Is that how it works? I need to check. 1 second. Okay, it does work. So, do you know what? I'm at 15. It's going to happen. The only annoying thing is I just telegraphed what's in my hand. I was just thinking, like, they play 12 threatening creatures. That's a waste of a lightning bolt. That's not. That one's dead. Doing this now just to be mana efficient, even though I take some damage because I've got the Helix. Got a good hand. No need to be a coward. Land is an awesome draw. I'm super happy with that. Things couldn't really be better. Well, they could be better. We could be actually definitely winning as opposed to in an alright spot. But this is promising. I was looking for 5th land, to be honest with you, but I will settle for my best card in the matchup. That is totally acceptable. Go back to 10. Well, it's not a land, but I'm probably wrong to go at it because it's still a good card. Hopefully they start by sacking their canyon. Rift Bolt, okay. Get ya. Land. Do I... With these two available, and like the prospect that their hand contains a smash to smithereens, and if I wait until I get another blue card, I'm just going to wait. Just need one more blue card to feel like I've got the game locked up. Smash to smithereens is too scary. Going to 9, I think, is fine. They do have a lot of cards, though. Seems odd doing that when it is my 5th land, but I just wanted to find stuff. See, now I feel safe. I highly doubt they've got 2 smashes. They might not have had 1, I might be paranoid, but yeah, they do. Oh, it's on my own turn. Fuck's sake. I'm so bad at Magic sometimes. I was quite conscious of it as well. That's ridiculous. Come on, Chris. I think I'm going to lose a game because of that. Yeah. Alright, you have a deal. That doesn't kill me. Creature. Sword. Sword will close the game quickly at the very least. It's not as good as Batterskull. I've heard talk from 1 or 2 people about doubling down on Batterskulls, which I find a mixture of interesting and crazy. It might be worth considering. I don't know. Do you know what? I'm just going to pass. My hand is sufficiently good that I feel like it's unlikely I lose. I just need to connect like once or twice with the sword. Okay. I'm not complaining about dealing 5, but I'm really used to Legacy, where I have True Name Nemesis, and this hits for 7, and it feels like you almost can't lose. Alright. I'll settle for this. Well, they don't have any single spell that can deal 5. I'm trying to think what's the worst thing we could see. Be happy with a creature. It's nice that we've got the Islet to draw with as well. Okay. Sure, let's make this thing unkillable. That's just as good as having access to the paths in that their creatures no longer do anything. Oh, that's a great draw. This has been a bit of an epic, hasn't it? Spell. Oh, you bastard. That's not a spell. That's nice, because that's lethal. Oh no, it's not, because that would be next turn. I'm stupid. Alright. Spell. Counterspell. Oh, that's lethal. Let's kill them to death. Win target game. Boom! Woo! One thing I would say that this deck has going for it is it is incredibly fun to play. There's so many decisions. I am most likely punting left and right. I'm still doing okay, and I'm having fun. Cool. I don't even know how you get 25 trophies, man. I was over the moon when I got my 1 trophy. Like, I watched some of Reed Duke's stream the other day. He has 1 trophy. If Reed Duke has 1, who the hell's got 25? Apart from, I guess, maybe people that play more modern than Reed Duke. I think his hand is bad. I think this hand is good. Oh. Both blue cards are bad on their own. I think Stoneforge is the better turn 2 than Dreadhorde when I haven't got anything like a Bolt to flashback or whatever. This green-white taxes, maybe? No, you don't have fetches in taxes. This is like Druid combo, which can't be good for me. My first hand would have been excellent against them as well. I'm going to go ahead and assume that they're not dealing, like, small amounts of damage to me. They're dealing infinite damage to me. Get that, because it's kind of removal. It forces chump blocks or shoots stuff. Letting them untap with that giver is scary. But it can't protect itself, I guess. Abzan colours? Alright, I'm intrigued. Could still be Druid, of course. I'm wondering if this is like a fair Stoneforge mid-range deck, just using giver as intended, rather than to combo people to hell. Oh no, it's the thing. It's the thing that does the thing. Right the first time. Removal? No, not removal. What am I doing? Clearly not the correct thing. So I'm hoping their win con is a what's it called? Finale of green, and I can force it. We might, of course, be dead in the water. Or they might have to tutor for something with a Elad Damri's call. And again, the force is good there. Okay. Yeah, you got it. We're both doing lots of clicking at the moment. The problem is I can't yield because I want to interfere at some point. Let's see what their win con is. If they go for a big finale, I'll counter it and just hope they've only got one. They've clearly got something else to do. I don't know if it's going to be another win con or not. This matchup should be good for us. We've got so much removal usually. We just didn't draw any. Like, imagine this hand with one lightning bolt. We just win. See if they've got another one. It's looking like they do. I'll obviously concede to the second one. I'm not a monster. Okay. A braid. Ashiok. Those are my sideboard cards. We leave in every single piece of removal and spell snares. We cut Batter Skull and 2 Stoneforges, and that's easy. So we make sure we're as sort of difficult for them to work around as possible. Sorry, just trying to get comfy. Had a particularly sleepy butt. While this opponent's sideboards, I'm just going to reply to a few text messages. Sorry if this is not very entertaining. Okay. Well, this opponent is slow. Oh, I'm wondering if I wanted surgicals to like kill one druid, strip them of druids, win the game. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like just killing everything's got to be the plan. I really hate surgical as a card. It's just bad. It's particularly annoying online because it's very easy to forget to click the ones in graveyards. Oh, I would like to go first. Lightning bolt. That counts. The annoying thing is that I can't cast Helix on turn 2 if I lead on basic island, so I'm going to fetch Hallowed Fountain and look for a red source when I cast my Serum Visions. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. These are good cards, but they're all going on the bottom because they're not. I wonder if that should have been Sacred Foundry and I should have just not cast Serum Visions. I don't know. I think this is fine. Bop, okay. That's like their least threatening turn 1. It's so non-threatening, I'm thinking of Stoneforging. Like, they don't use their mana that well. They're not a... yeah, that's an awkward draw. I just realised what happened. They don't use their mana that well because their curve like stops at 2, really. Ah, maybe not. Maybe this is a very fair version and I'm going to lose because Knight of the Reliquary is amazing. However, it does die to Helix right now if I can get a land. No. Well, piss. Alright, just passing the turn. Got stuff to do. You never know, they might Field of Ruin me to give me red mana. That would be fine. Cast my only particularly appealing white card already. Gavany is a good one. It's probably one they're trying to search up with Knight, to be fair. Jeez. Yep. Oh, that's not how it works. I have to do this. Red mana. Yes. Puny humans. Hopefully this forces them into some action. Double block I think is good. I think that's the best that they can do. No, that's fine. They're going to get a fetch, they're then going to fetch to grow their thing to a 4/4. But enabled me to, again, maybe not a good trade. I think the double block was particularly cunning. But yeah, we've got more removal. Things could be a lot worse. Path would be great, obviously, as a way to cleanly answer that knight. That's the only thing that's a bit worrying, is that I can't currently deal with it with one spell. We can manage our life total quite well with Helix and stuff, and they're not necessarily even attacking with it because they might want to use it for land-based stuff. Okay. I'm kind of priced into getting a plains, which is really irritating because if I get an island, I can spell snare a 2-drop, should they follow up with one. But I need white mana. That's just how it works. I hope they don't play a 2-drop that I would have loved to have spell snared. Looks like that's what's happening. Oh no, it's a 3 maybe. Something with Convoke, Chord. Oh no. They're casting a 3-drop using Knight as ramp. I get it. Ah, they're going to field there. Okay. So we're going to pass the turn with access to Spell Snare and Force. Potentially take a giant hit from the Knight. And if we don't have to do anything, we'll use Fiery Islet looking for a Path to Exile. This is funny, this is the most mid-rangey Druid deck I've ever seen, but in game 1 it looked entirely stock. Maybe they just had a very combo-y draw, but they've got like a sort of bipolar deck that does two things pretty well. Certainly feel like I'm getting mid-ranged right now. Yeah, that's good against Dreadhorde Arcanist, we don't want that. Takes 7, I guess. No? Okay. Path. Woof. Okay, that's good. This makes their knights shit, you see. Stops them using them as well. This will make their knight into a 2-2. And then we're not scared of it anymore. It's like the best path in the world. Path to your deck doesn't work. Yeah, sorry, that's not very funny or clever. We're going to sit back and protect Ashiok. And then next turn we're going to put the sword on it, bash them in the face, flash back a Helix, win the game, feel really smart. I mean, we're not as far ahead as I'm making it sound like we are. They've got 5 cards in hand, for God's sake. That's the annoying thing about what they've been doing, is they haven't really committed that many resources. They've just been doing tricks with Knight. Knight is a ridiculously powerful card. How are they putting a land in their graveyard at instant speed, is my question. Well, I've come up with they're not. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I think this is safe. I think they're trying it because it's free. This is where I lose this to like a collective brutality or something and feel like a tit. That would be annoying. Dun, 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 dun. Gavany? Batterskull. Fine. Don't mind that too much. I mean, I do mind, it's very good, but like, what can you do? Okay, just past turn. This is a close game. I'm genuinely not sure who's winning. Does that only hit non-basics? Yes. Oh, they can attack with this and then Gavany. So I basically can't block. Piss. Missed that. Missed that, Chris, you idiot. And it looks like a free attack anyway, from their point of view, so they think I might block. I assume that's Ashiok, yeah. Now I've got to decide. It does take their whole turn if we do it this way. Fuck it. I mean, it's not great, but I'm going for it. Yeah, obviously, yeah. Still keeps their night shut off, still keeps their graveyard shut off. But god damn it, is that... I thought our spot was so good. Then they resolved Batterskull. Nice. Do it now, while they are tapped out. The downside is we are going to lose Ashiok, so we should mill them some more. The germ is a 1-1. The germ is a 1-1. This is obscene. I'm very unhappy. Christ. This is going badly. Knight of the Reliquary is a good magic card. Okay. We just need the Supreme Verdicts that aren't in our deck, that's all. Or like a Dreadhorde or Harkonist with haste or something like that. Something that doesn't exist would probably sort us out. I wouldn't be surprised if they've cut their like Viziers or whatever. They're probably purely fair post board. Snap. Bolt, okay. Can't get that because they can do that at instant speed. Best thing I can kill is one of the others. Can't even respond to that because it goes to the graveyard. Yeah, it's a 4/4, yeah. You got it. Oh, I don't like losing. And we've been soundly beaten. Yeah, we're not coming back. Even Snapcaster's not good enough, I don't think. Let's do this because of losing the game. Ah, perfect. Nothing that we can't beat there. I suspect the other build, the more mid-rangey one, would probably have fared better here. But, you know, You literally can't win them all. That's not how magic works. Let's see what the best record we can get is. 3-2 would be alright. 4-2, 4-1 would be lovely. Let's see if we can get the 3 wins first. It's odd because that looked like it should be a fair matchup, as in a fairly good matchup. I do wonder to what extent we would have fared differently had we drawn one Path to Exile. Path with when we had the Dreadhorde Arcanist in play, like we just clean up the board. Things were a lot better then. And obviously it is a 4 of, but you know, we're drawing well enough overall. We've had no games where we didn't do anything. Let's see what we're up against. Oof. Stupid Tron. Spell of some kind. The good news is that Dreadhorde Arcanist will connect. The bad news is that unless we draw like an Opt or a Serum Visions, there's not a lot to be gained from that. I suspect with all the burn we might be able to kill fast enough to compete with Tron, the Molten Rains and stuff. Oh, that is a mismatch and a half, isn't it? It's like they hate life. That's a beating. Fucking Eldrazi Tron. Alright. Well, it's good to know where we are. Of course we drew it. We need our Wanna Braid. If we get our Wanna Braid, maybe we're in the game. Probably not. Chalice is a pain in the ass. Especially when, like, I've built this deck to be full of ones to maximise the Arcanist. Okay, that doesn't matter. Well, they're taking 2 a turn, so they'd be like dying slowly, opponent. I will Helix them this turn. I will hope to draw a land and snap Helix them next turn and see if these anemic beats get us anywhere, basically. What a good plan. This is probably just going to be Smasher into sadness. They take my Snappy, I assume, or do they take Path under the assumption that the Braid might exist? They probably take Snap. Yep. Yeah, we're all but dead. Unless we literally draw a Braid. Okay. Well, that was fun. Doesn't Tron always lead to good magic? Good, close games. Like, this is all stuff I would consider, but probably none of it's quite good. Spell snares and forces are my best way to not get chaliced at all. The cantrips are awkward because I kind of need them to set up. But they're so bad with the chalice. I don't think I want Stony. I don't think they're artifacty enough. Burn is pretty bad. I'll cut bolts specifically because they cost 1. It's probably going to make my Arcanists unplayable, but we'll see. Okay. Give this a go. With the thinking being that Veto stops a turn 2 Chalice. Path is good against Thought-Knot Seer if there's not a Chalice in play. Don't worry, viewers, they'll probably have another one. They normally do. I'm going to cast this now in case I get a Stoneforge. Or that. Hopefully they have a Thought-Knot Seer. Oh, they can't have that this turn. Hooray! Always a pleasure. I'd love a land. Ooh. Oh, I can't cast it. Ah, but if we draw... Okay. It occurs to me that this will have 3 power soon. Hmm. Now we get to opt, looking for a land. Where, hey, coward! Coward! Alright. Opponent is weak, frail, and dead. Not confident in the sideboarding, but it's the best idea I currently have. Got Spell Snare, best answer on the draw. That is good enough to me. This actually looks like a nice hand. If they had a Chalice, they'd have played it. They know it's their best card against me. Ergo, they do not have Chalice. Ergo, Spell Snare. If I say ergo, does it make me sound clever? It probably doesn't, because I don't really know what it means. Man, this sequencing is tough. I mean, I'm playing one of my 2 sorcery speed 2-drops. I think I'm going to play the Stoneforge because gives me a really appealing turn 3 of hold up, snap, snare, and use Stoneforge end of turn if I'm not required to. Them casting Mind Stone means they wanted to probably cast a 4 this turn, like Thornot Seer, so maybe they don't have a 3. Or if they do, it's probably any shitty Mattery Shaper that doesn't matter anyway. Boom. Nice. Yeah, this is fine. Stick with the plan, Chris. Don't think we're going to attack somehow. Whee, coward. Cool. Well, that picked up, didn't it? That started shit and soon improved. I have no faith in Eldrazi Tron as a deck. I don't think many of the cards are good. I think you play it when Chalice is good, basically. And with Phoenix dead, I think Chalice is less good. You should be playing Green Tron if you are the sort of sick individual that likes Tron lands. It's gross. Tron is gross. I have a couple of friends that play Tron. It's like, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing? Have some self-respect, innit? Anyway, enough of me being very rude about nice people. Now it's time to play some Magic. Good hand. Woo! This is really good. Boom. This hand is so fucking good. Look at it. Look how good it is. I should be able to do some good things here. Oh, play a Birds of Paradise, please, opponent. No? Alright. Well, they didn't play a 1-drop, so I'm guessing they have a 2-drop. I'm going to wait. Next turn I get to cast it with Snare up. I can cast it with Snare and Bolt up. It's almost impossible to me that they don't have a 2-drop if they kept a 7 and, you know, it's modern. You don't really get away with not doing anything in modern. Apparently you do. Second Stoneforge is never as good as the first, but it might be if our first one dies. I'm operating under the assumption that Naya Colours means creatures, and therefore Sword of Fire and Ice equals good. Hopefully, this is somewhat similar to my Nihilist, so I can guess what's going. Oh, 4 colours. Maybe it's Bring to Light Niv, or like, yeah, it looks like it. Some wonky scape shift thing. Get back a land, okay. Hang on. Let the trigger resolve. Yeah, this is the Bring to Light Scape Shift Snow Ice Fang Quattle pile. It's pretty glorious, to be fair. Okay, we're just passing with access to everything. Not sure what our matchup's like. I haven't gotten to play against it yet. If it's anything like normal Scape Shift, we can usually win. You kind of have to fight for it. Probably got a response. No? Okay. Path? Okay. I accept this. Okay. Genuinely wondering, like, their deck could be anything at this point. They could have Kiki Jiki combo. I wouldn't be surprised. There was a 4 or 5 colour deck for a while called Bring Kiki to Light that was... yeah, I don't think we want that to happen. Tutors tend to be good. Okay, attack. I wonder if they've got another resto. Looks like it. Well, they're going to run out of stuff eventually. They can make the same block. I'm doing it this way rather than snap bolt because I want snare in case they go for another Ella Damri's call. Basically. Oh shit. Chord X3, okay. What could this be? Something that, yeah, Night of Autumn makes sense. Blow up my thing. Very good. Well, I can't say I don't like opponent's deck. It's right up my street. They're pretty behind on life totals, so I'm going to offer the trade. They're going to decline. Fair enough. This is, yeah, this is great. I like this matchup. Don't really know what's going on. Oh, just want land, please. Oh, play set. That sucks. Okay. Big chord. Fine. Let's go with that. Just keep them off. Like, they're running out of stuff. They haven't been taking particularly impressive turns. Chord. Another one. Okay, you got it. Something good. Okay. So they can keep that for the night to try to blow up my Batterskull, which I can no longer put into play now. And that's fine. The annoying thing is that they are able to just make a Coatl at instant speed and draw a card. But if that's the most devastating thing your Kiki Jiki does, I'm okay with that. Kiki is a phenomenal Magic card. This all makes sense. We have 0 viable attacks. That is fine. That thing goes away. So opponent's board is quite anemic. He said. Yeah. Alright. They've got 5 mana, including 3 red. I'll concede to that. I'm not beating that. Okay, well, I don't think they can beat Ashiok in a million years. Molten Rains seem good. Batskull doesn't. And I'm wondering if I want vetoes for chords. So they're just straight Kiki chord, basically. I've seen nothing that's not Kiki chord. Kiki chord does generally pick off control decks just by bullying them with like better spells, if that makes sense. But their mana base is usually shite. I'm going to play 2 equipments because I'm worried about Night of Autumn. Try this. This is a great hand. Hopefully their turn 1 is just a Bird of Paradise or Noble Hierarch that we can kill. And if they don't kill it, or don't play something for us to kill, sorry, we just cast Opt. Looks like they're not doing anything. Just looking for lands. Boom. So we'll snap Opt end of turn if we don't get anything better to do. Okay. I hate that fucking thing, it's so good. It's such a good card. Well, I love it when it's in my hands. Obviously. Yeah. Alright. Go to 12. Go to 11 when we cast a spell. This is surprisingly dodge early on, considering I didn't think my life total was going to be a thing. I don't think single blue means anything in that deck. God, fucking hell. I was going to say we've got enough removal. Ooh. Forget everything else. This is better. Hold back. Take 2 in the air next turn, I guess. It does obviously disincentivize me from casting Path, but hopefully that Molten Rain set them back. Maybe not. I don't know. Molten Rain is just great. Take it. Okay. Hope they don't have anything with like 3 power and flash, like Cleek or something. That would fuck me up. But okay. Having 4 removal spells seems good against a creature deck, but all their creatures generate value when they ETB, so it's not as good as it looks. We really need to get quite a lot out of this Arcanist to win this game, I think. We need to probably flash back more than 1 spell for it to be enough to keep pace. Yeah, Kiki Chord against Control is close and fun. And it's right on my street on both sides. I'm really happy playing both sides. This is a different build of Kiki Chord to what I'm used to. Eladamri's Call is awesome. That wasn't really when I used to play the deck more. I play it a bit now, but when I used to play it quite a lot, it didn't exist in Modern. That was a legacy only card. What are they taking their time over? My assumption would be this is Restoration Angel or something. Oh, they just got a Quattle and then didn't cast it. Okay. Presumably they know this one will die when I attack and trigger, or they just want to land. Either's fine. Maybe they're missing lands. Oh, another thing. Bastards. That sucks. That really sucks. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, quite close to winning with Burn. Is that now the plan? I think that's now the plan. They're not going to want to trade because they think they're close to killing me. Go to 3. Oh no, they've got Bolt. Yeah, go to 3. This game is awesome. It's so close. Opponent's being a sneaky snake by not casting the bolt. They probably go for it on my upkeep, would be my guess. Yep, go to 1. Don't know what's going on anymore. Yep. Yes. Okay. I am pretty fucked. I'm not sure if I played this too aggressively. I mean, they know I've got a Helix from the way they're playing. They're playing around it brilliantly. Yeah. This is I think they've just, yeah, well, unless they make a huge mistake, they've got me. They now bolt and I lose. Well played, opponent. Sweet set of games. Enjoyed those. There we go. So 3 and 2. A slight improvement from our other Jeskai league, but not sure which is better. This is really fun to play, and there's a good chance that the list can be improved. I did enjoy the Arcanist. I wish there was a way to give them haste. I wish there was like a convenient, non-crap way to give them haste. But yeah, aside from that, it's sweet. Can probably be improved. I suspect if I'd played better today, I could have won that Kiki Cord match. What was the other one I lost? Druid, and got battered by Knights, didn't I? Yeah, maybe I need to. Nah, I think if I draw paths, I would do alright in that second game. So the deck is not like horribly placed at all. I think shitloads of removal is good if everyone's playing mid-rangey creature on the board decks. So yeah, give it a go. Let me know if you have had any joy with similar things, if you've enhanced it in any way. Yeah, look forward to improving the deck and hearing from you guys. Thanks very much. Goodbye.